Oh my gosh. Guys, I've literally had the worst experience trying to edit this video. I've had multiple crash outs. CapCut was crashing out on me. My phone was crashing out on me. It was not a happy time. I struggled for about 6 hours trying to figure out how to edit this video without crashing anything. It was a miracle that I managed to blindly edit the very end of this video and get it uploaded. Just that last 3-minute section, I managed to get it uploaded by itself. And then hallelujah, that video clip was working just fine. Because anytime I tried to go in and edit it, it kept glitching and the audio was not matching the video, and the video would just stop working altogether, but the voiceover was just fine. It was a total hot mess. I'm never doing that again. So thank goodness I didn't have to re-record this, and that it's all okay. So enjoy the fruits of my crash out. Hello everybody, and welcome to another video on the channel. Today, I know it is literally August, but I'm going to be doing a mid-year reading journal flip through. I've been wanting to do this for a while, but I haven't had a lot of things set up yet, or at least finished being set up, so we're going to go ahead and crack her open and see what's inside. So this notebook I've had since last year. This is from Notebook Therapy. I'm going to put the exact name of it on the screen because I feel like I'm butchering the name whenever I try to say it, so I'm just going to pop it up somewhere and then you can see for yourself. They do still have it in stock, so if you want one, you can go ahead and snag your own. So now for the fun part of actually getting into the book. Yeah, I don't have my name in here. I just haven't. I don't know. I'm kind of weird about putting names in things. I don't know. So here we have the cover page for this year. I really love how I did it. I mean, she's a little bit simple, but it's okay. She's still really cute. This is like all hand done lettering. I never printed any of it out. So here we have my physical TBR. So this is like everything that I've had on my shelves currently at the beginning of 2025. And then I have a color key here of when I read the books. So if I read a book in January, I'll color it in green, so like I did here for Light Lark, so on and so forth, which looks like so far I've only read 9 books off of my physical TBR, so everything's been carried over from 2024 into 2025. Okay, so next is my growing TBR. So this is like everything that I don't necessarily have on my shelves. This is just like everything that I want to read eventually, which a lot of this did end up on my shelves to begin with. Literally all of these are on my shelf now. Same with all of these. Literally, it's insane. I've learned that this is not the most effective way to keep track of all the books that I want to read, because most of it just ends up on my Amazon wish list and I never come in here to like write it all down. So this is like maybe 80% of all the books that I want to read. There's a lot of them that I haven't put in here yet. And then here we have books read this year. So I have a total of 18 books read. You can see I've like read them all throughout the different months. And then on this side, I really wanted to keep track of how many books I buy, because last year it was actually really bad. I really don't know how many I bought, but I know in January alone of last year I had bought like 27 books, and I was like, hold on, we need to get a grip. So far she's okay. She's not the greatest. I definitely think I have plenty of space to still fill it out. I'm crossing my fingers and hoping I don't buy as much as I did last year. As long as it comes out to be less than last year, it'll be okay. So then here we have year in pixels, and then my book goal. My book goal is kind of ambitious. Last year was extra ambitious. I wanted to read 100 books. Yeah, that did not end well. I only got to like 30 books, so I'm only at 18 books for the year out of 50, so I'm not even halfway, and we're more than halfway through the year. So I'm gonna probably keeping it at 50 books per year in hopes that maybe I'll reach it, but maybe I'll have to lower that number. As for year in pixels, this is everything that I've read based off of like how many pages I've read for that day. Which on that note, this is more of like an in-depth of like how many pages I've read. So like this is like the precise number that I read for that day. And then here we have the anticipated releases, which honestly it was working really, really well at the beginning of the year because I loved coming in here and like writing down what was next, something to look forward to. But then it just got to like the point where there were so many things being released that I just kind of gave up. So much of it is being released in the fall and is kind of driving me up the wall. Like, can we please spread out when we're releasing these books? Okay, can we please not have it all be in fall? Okay, I want to get these books still because they're part of series that I'm excited about. Just can we spread it out a little bit more? So then here I have my top 10 books that I'll fill out at the end of the year, and then 25 books I want to read in 2025, which at the beginning of the year I was knocking out a lot of these, as you can like see, but then I'm kind of just fell off of it. I do see myself reading these 3 this year, or at least rereading them, because I really do want to reread them. Everything else I'm not entirely sure. This one probably once the 3rd graphic novel releases. Yeah. And then here, this is something that I seen in a reading journal video ideas thing. Basically you take, you know, your top 10 books, or maybe like 12 for each month, and you like put in your favorite books, and they all kind of go head to head to see which one comes out on top. So then you just rank them after you've kind of done like a little mini battle, and then there's your outcome. I left a blank page here because I didn't know if there was anything else I was missing that I wanted to include in my reading journal, so I just left a blank page just in case, because I wanted to set up my January page. Now, my January page did not get set up until about February, like the end of February, borderline March. Reason being, I had a rough start to the year with reading. I was still in the middle of reading Daydream by Hannah Grace, which I had started back in November of 2024. So it took me like 2 months to read her, and it put me in such a bad reading slump. So it was just like a really bad start to the year. Yeah, it was a little bit sad. But for this month, the only book I did read was Light Lark. I'm not counting Daydream as my first book of the year because she spent most of her time in 2024, okay? She does not count. Light Lark was the first book of the year. So there was 281 pages that I read, and I bought 7 books in January, which is crazy. 100% fantasy, 85% book, 15% audio. I don't have the exact numbers of if it's actually exactly 15% audio. It's just a guesstimate because I used a little bit of audio to get through Daydream and a little bit in Light Lark. So then here we have February. Again, same like rough setup, but the only book I read was Nightbane because Light Lark took up into halfway through February, and then Nightbane kind of finished out the rest of the month. So I only read Nightbane, 586 pages, and then 5 books bought. It was all fantasy, and I just read it all completely in book form. And then here we have March, still continuing that same theme. This month was a little bit better. I read 3 books, 1,175 pages, and then I bought 5 books, all read in book form. It was all fantasy, as you can see. And then these are all my little review pages, which I do not like the Caraval and Legendary pages. I also do not like the finale page either, which we will see. So here we have the April spread. I finally moved on from like the 1 page to like a full page. So we have a little bit more room. This time only 2 books read, 830 pages, and 8 books bought, which, ouch. 100% book, 50% romance, 50% fantasy. And then here's my finale page. I went from like the single pages to full spreads. As you can see, I really do not like this whatsoever. This one though, I really love how this one turned out. This is my first spread that I actually liked, that was like aesthetically pleasing, and I was like, oh wow, I did that. She's really cute. And then here we have May. So here we have 2 books read, 842 pages, and 5 books bought. That does not include the 2 books that I was gifted. So I guess you could say it was 7 books. 100% book format read, 50% fantasy, and 50% romance. Then here we have Beach Read. Beach Read was really nice. Not exactly what I was expecting, but she was still nice. Rose Bargain, absolutely loved Rose Bargain. I ate her up super quickly. I just sticker bombed the entire thing because I just loved this book. It was so good. And then here's also where I tried out something new. I came across a video where you can use your reading journal for other things, or like how to use it more. And one of them was just doing like a little reading dump while you were reading. So I decided to try that out, and I really liked it. It was really nice. And then here we have June. This has to be like my favorite spread of all time, at least so far. We still have, what, 5 more months left of the year? No, I think it's 4 more months. Oh my gosh, that's 2025 is almost over with. Oh my gosh. Anyways, so here we have, it was all 100% fantasy, 90% book, 10% audio. Maybe it was even 5% audio. I really hardly used the audio at all. 5 books read, which actually may be the highest amount of books I read in a month for this year, at least so far. Then we have 1,810 pages read and 6 books bought, which again does not include the 2 books that I was gifted this month. So make that 8 books, I guess, if we're counting the gifted ones. So here we have the Powerless page. She's super cutesy patootsies. She's so cute. And then here's her reading dump. I love what I did here with the leaves and flowers. It's just so cute. Here we have Powerful. I did set up a reading dump for her, but by the time I finished it, I didn't really have much to say, and I had already done these secondhand highlights. So I just threw something in there just so it didn't sit empty. And then I just did the 1-page spread because there wasn't really much to say about it. She was really short. And then here we have Reckless. I do not like the way she looks. I'm sorry. That was my own doing. But I absolutely love this corner though because of these photos. They're really cute. And then here's her reading dump. I had an extra like printout that I didn't get to use in any of the other spreads, so I just stuck her in here. And then here we have Fearless, also super cutie patooties. I love the pink and green together. It's so cute. Kind of embodies the whole book as a whole. And then this is her reading dump, which got actually super long. She went on to the second page. And there were so many quotes I couldn't fit on the page, so I came and put them all in here. And then the last one is Voice of the Ocean. Now, I hadn't had a chance to come in and actually like do like a review in here. I'll get to it eventually. It'll happen at some point. But I love how she just came out. She's so like beachy but celestial and a little bit piratey because of the maps. She's so pleasing to look at. I love it. And then here is her reading dump. I love the lettering that I did for her that matches the book cover. Really cute. And then finally we are at July. And this is where I'm gonna pause because I'm gonna save the rest of this for another video. You can already see the books that I've read for this month. I still have another book to fill in and just to finish filling out all these pages. Looking at this now, it looks like, oh gosh, I quite literally only have this much left of the journal, so I really do not think I am going to be able to fit the rest of the 4 months in this. I may have to pick a new notebook to do a overflow journal, so I might have to do that for a couple of years because I do want to use another notebook that was of this size. But if I'm already running through pages like this quickly, I may have to have a second journal where I can just have an overflow of things for this year and next year. So, I mean, for July, how many pages have I already used for July? Oh, wow. I've used about like this many pages for July alone. You can already kind of see some sneak peeks over here. But yeah, so that was my reading journal. As you can see, I've used quite a bit of it already. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed getting to take a little peek at what I have inside this reading journal, which she is literally busting at the seams, honestly. Not quite, but you can really see that she has a lot of love and color in her. And so yeah, if you like this video, go ahead and check out my other video on here. I only have like 2 videos on here now. But yeah, be sure to stick around for when I do the flip through for the other half of the year, and then I'll probably do one for the entire year. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.